Every modern DJ out there needs a piece of DJing software. However, which one do you pick? Which one is right for you? Do you go with Rekordbox? Do you go with Serato? Algorithm DJay Pro, Virtual DJ, Traktor? The list seems endless, and especially if you are starting out as a DJ, I'm pretty certain that it can feel a little bit overwhelming, perhaps even a little bit confusing. So in this video, I'm going to try and help you make that right decision by giving you some key things that you need to be thinking about when you are selecting the right piece of DJ software. Now, if we have not met before, my name is KARLTHOMAS. I'm a UK-based DJ with over 20 years of experience, and on this channel, I help DJs through tutorials and help and advice videos. So if that sounds like a bit of you, please do consider hitting subscribe. Down below, it's completely free, and I am on a mission to hit 20,000 subscribers this year. Now, before we consider any of the brands of DJ software individually and talk about some of the pros and cons of them, there is one key thing that you need to remember above anything else when it comes to all DJ software, and that is this: they all do exactly the same thing. I know that there will be DJs out there very passionately writing on Reddit and probably on this video saying that, well, Serato is better than Rekordbox, and Rekordbox is better than Traktor, and Algorithm DJay Pro is better than all of them put together. And that is fine. DJs are very passionate people, and of course we are allowed opinions, but ultimately, all DJ software does exactly the same thing in that it allows you to store and manage music files through some kind of library and playlist system, and it allows you to play multiple sources of music, therefore enabling you to put together a DJ set. But the crowd in front of you ultimately do not care what DJ software you are using. So if all DJing software ultimately does the same thing, how do you pick which one is right for you? Well, I think there are three key considerations that you need to bear in mind when looking at all of them put together. And then I'll go into some of the individual pros and cons of each DJ software at the end. First and foremost, price. How much are you willing to pay? Each DJ software comes with different pricing models, subscriptions versus one-off payments. So are you happy to subscribe? Maybe you want to just dip your toe into the water when it comes to DJing. So you might want to subscribe for 1 or 2 months. Or if you know that this is going to be a really permanent thing for you, then maybe you just want a one-off payment and then just forget about it. So do consider price and your budget. Number 2 is compatibility. Now, I mean compatibility on 2 different levels. First and foremost, how are you going to be DJing? Are you going to be DJing on, say, a tablet or mobile phone because you don't want to lug around a laptop? Or do you want to be DJing on a laptop, or maybe a combination of both? Some DJ platforms work across everything, some are a bit more locked down to just laptops. So compatibility in that respect is very, very important. But also as well, what DJ controller or hardware are you going to connect to the software? Certain softwares only work with certain hardwares, some are a little bit more flexible. But also as well, when it comes to picking DJ hardware, you might want to pick a hardware that has got a few different options. For example, this FLX4, by the way, I'm not affiliated with Alpha Theta or anything, is pretty flexible in terms of the software you can work that works with it. But there are other manufacturers out there, for example, like Hercules or Newmark, that might be a little bit more locked down. So do consider compatibility. And final thing to consider is, what feature set do you want your software to be able to provide you? You know, do you want to create live mashups and have ultimate control over the track separation? So for example, you're looking for something with best-in-class sounding stems. Do you want to play in the best clubs and festivals around the world on a pair of CDJs and a mixer, and therefore you are better off getting a software that mirrors the effects and the features that's going to be found on those standalone CDJ setups? Or maybe you have plans on playing DJ sets on a controller like this, but you also want to play on CDJ mixer setup, so you need an export function of your library. Okay, so now you've got your top 3 things to think about when it comes to DJ software. Let's look at some individual brands, what they cost, and what features are you going to get for that money. Now, if you are learning how to become a DJ in 2026, but you don't really know where to start or you're feeling a little bit lost, I go through all of the foundations, going from absolutely nothing to landing your first DJ mixes with confidence in my Ultimate Beginner DJ course, which is hosted on my brand new website, djresources.net. Do check out the link down in the description down below for more information. Kicking things off then, let's start with Rekordbox DJ, probably one of the most widely used DJ softwares on the market. It's produced by Alpha Theta, or formerly Pioneer DJ, and it pretty much started as music management software. So you'd import your tracks, it would analyze them, you could then organize them into playlists, exporting those tracks onto USB for use in CDJs. If that is all you want to do, so you want to play on some CDJs and you want some software to manage your playlists and stuff, then Rekordbox could be a fantastic option for you. It still offers that service and it is completely free of charge. Now, when it comes to pricing, because you want performance features, okay, Rekordbox is a subscription-only model, starting from free, and we'll talk about free in a moment, but ranging to the very expensive, something like £30 a month. I think it's even more than that in the US. I think it's more like $40 a month in the US. You do get a discount if you pay annually. But yeah, if you don't like subscriptions and you have to subscribe to Rekordbox, then Rekordbox is just not for you. But that being said, I really don't think the majority of DJs out there need to pay top money for Rekordbox, because if you're paying the most expensive subscription price, you're getting access to things like cloud features, collaboration with friends on playlists and stuff, and I just don't know how many DJs are actually going to use that. Good news if you are using Alpha Theta or Pioneer DJ hardware, like this FLX4. There is a list on the Rekordbox website of what is called hardware unlock devices. Basically, hardware unlock means that the moment you plug in your Alpha Theta or Pioneer DJ device, it will give you access to performance features in Rekordbox completely free of charge. That includes stems, that includes recording your mixes, like a whole range of features, including a load of different effects. Like, it is actually very comprehensive software for free if you have a hardware unlocked device. Do check out the website for the latest list of hardware unlocked devices. And support does seem to be on older Pioneer DJ equipment as well as newer stuff. Of course, as stuff gets really, really old, then you might drop out of hardware unlock and then you'll have to subscribe to Rekordbox, because of course they're always making updates to the software. But yeah, do check out hardware unlock. I personally, as a Rekordbox user, have never paid for it. I've always had hardware unlocked devices, or I use export mode, which is also free. So do consider that. And also in terms of compatibility, Rekordbox has quite a closed ecosystem because it's been created by Alpha Theta. If you want to use hardware that is not really in the Pioneer DJ Alpha Theta range, then you might have a bit of a tough time with it. So bear in mind, there is limited compatibility outside of that range. Now, the other good thing in terms of other bits of compatibility is that Rekordbox is available on laptop as well as mobile. So you can DJ on laptop as well as mobile, which is great. It has got a different pricing structure for mobile devices. So if you want to use your phone or tablet to DJ, it's going to cost you a monthly price of $6.99 here in the UK, $49.99 a year. That's not actually too bad. Or you can even do a weekly plan of £2.99 a week, which is pretty affordable in my opinion. Some other drawbacks of Rekordbox is that stems is definitely not the best. So if you want to get creative with using stems, the quality of stems is really not that great. So you probably want to look at other software options. But that is a little bit of an insight into Rekordbox. Next up, let's talk about Serato DJ. Now, Serato has been around for years. It's very, very well established. It's standalone DJ software. They do not actually make any hardware. However, they do have a lot of compatible devices across different manufacturers. So Serato could be an option for you if you don't want to stick with Pioneer DJ or Alpha Theta equipment, you have a lot more flexibility. And so if you're considering a device from Hercules or Newmark or, you know, a whole range of different manufacturers, Serato could be one to look at. It is very, very robust. It's like very solid software. It actually started life as digital vinyl software, Serato Scratch Live. If you had Serato Scratch Live like I did, let me know in the comments down below. And also the great thing with Serato is that if you don't want to subscribe and you want to pay a one-off payment, you can do so. They do offer a subscription service if you're not sure you want to commit to just buying it outright, but they do offer a one-off price, which is great. Serato currently is $11.99 a month, or for the Serato Suite, which includes some extra features, it's $14.99 a month. But the one-off payment for just Serato Pro is $249. That'll pretty much give you a lot of what you need. But for Serato Suite, that jumps up to $449. Serato also do offer a light version, which is completely free of charge. That is compatible with the likes of, say, this DJay FLX4. Now, Serato DJ Lite, it gives you everything that you need in terms of getting up and running in terms of the basics. However, you will find it very, very limited in comparison to the free version of Rekordbox with hardware unlock. And so I feel like they are doing everything they possibly can do to get you to either subscribe or upgrade to the Pro version. One downside of Serato is that it is not compatible with mobile devices. They don't have a mobile app at the moment, so you have to use Serato with a laptop. It is very popular with R&B hip-hop DJs that do a lot of scratching because of the heritage. It's starting off as a DVS system. So Serato, very, very good. And if you don't want subscriptions, then Serato might be your solution. Also worth pointing out as well, Serato stems way better than Rekordbox. So yeah, if you want stems mixing, it is pretty good for that too. Next up, let's talk about Algorithm DJay Pro. Now, this is certainly a bit of a newer piece of software on the market in comparison to others, but it has certainly been increasing in popularity in recent times, and for good reason. I've made a couple of videos about Algorithm on this channel, so if you would like to check those out, I'll leave the links down in the description. Now, Algorithm's a little bit different in comparison to other DJ softwares on the market in that it's actually mobile first. So if you want to DJ off of a phone or a tablet before your laptop, then Algorithm is going to be a really good option. I actually think that Algorithm is probably a bit better than Rekordbox when it comes to the mobile interface, and you do not even need a controller plugged in order to use it. It is compatible with a whole range of different controllers and interfaces from different manufacturers, so you're going to have complete flexibility when it comes to picking and choosing controllers. So that is something to bear in mind if you want to move away from Alpha Theta or Pioneer DJ. And the other thing as well with Algorithm is that if you are somebody that wants stems, and I would say industry leading sound quality stems, definitely consider Algorithm. The stems, honestly, the sound quality, it beats Serato and Rekordbox by a country mile. And also the beat gridding and the track analysis in Algorithm, it is absolutely fantastic. The best that I have seen. I will say that there have been a few things where I'm a bit like, well, that's not what I need it to do. For example, when I plugged in this controller, moving between the performance pad modes, it doesn't mirror what you're doing on the controller on the screen, even if it is changing the modes on the software. It doesn't show that it's changing the modes on the software, if you get what I mean. So it isn't perfect for everything. The other thing with Algorithm is that if you want to export tracks onto a USB for use in CDJs, it has that feature. You cannot do that on Serato, just FYI, I forgot to mention that. In terms of pricing for DJay Pro, it is a subscription-only model, but it is very, very affordable too. So if budget is something that you are very conscious of, then DJay Pro could be something for you. Here in the UK, it is £6.99 a month, but if you want to sign up for a year, it's £48.99 for a year. But I have seen it on special offer every now and then for £24.99, so very, very affordable. So yeah, very compatible, very affordable piece of software. Certainly got some great features. However, some of the mappings and some of the way in which it works doesn't quite align to what I need it to do all the time, but certainly a good contender. Next up, we have got Traktor by Native Instruments. Now, Traktor has been around for many, many years, very solid, very robust piece of software. However, I feel like it has dropped off in terms of popularity in recent years. There are still DJs out there that use it, but I do feel like here in the UK anyways, it has diminished a little bit in terms of popularity. Now, Native Instruments, who make Traktor, have got a load of really great compatible devices designed specifically to run that software. From fully fledged controllers, the most recent one I think came out at the end of 2025, the MX2, designed for entry-level DJs. And they've even got like these little kind of standalone controllers that sit next to CDJs to provide extra functionality alongside your CDJ and mixer setup. So it can be for entry-level users right the way up to high-end users. Traktor, I do not believe is mobile friendly. It is a laptop-only app, but please do correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I haven't seen a mobile app for it. And it is also very, very affordable. If you want to subscribe to Traktor, it is a one-off fee of just $129. And if you have Traktor 3 or an older version of Traktor, the latest is Traktor version 4, you can upgrade to the latest version for $65, which is pretty good value in my opinion. But yeah, I don't know too much about Traktor. It's definitely something that I haven't really explored using in my own personal journey as a DJ. I know that if you are a user of Pioneer DJ Alpha Theta equipment, the compatibility is not quite there. For example, like this FLX4 will not work with Traktor, but they do certainly have a whole range of controllers that you can use with it, and Native Instruments also create their own. Other thing to note with Traktor, which is very, very important, is that if you do want to plug in USB sticks into CDJs, it works with this one library system whereby you can manage all your music within Traktor and then hit export onto a USB stick, and it will transfer all of the beat grids and information out to your CDJs. And then finally, just to wrap up, we've got to give a mention to Virtual DJ and also Engine DJ, which is the Denon software. So first and foremost, Virtual DJ. It gets a lot of hate in the DJ community. I do not know why. I think it's because it does a lot of auto mixing, which Algorithm also does. Basically, Virtual DJ is this standalone DJ software which basically works with every DJ controller on the market. They don't have an official affiliation with any controller manufacturer to my knowledge. I think as soon as a device is launched, they just somehow work it so it's like mapped to those devices. So if you want that flexibility above anything else, Virtual DJ could be one to consider. It works on the subscription model, and it is a little bit pricey, £17 a month or £176 a year here in the UK. I'm not sure on the US pricing. And then Engine DJ by Denon, I haven't really mentioned it in this video simply because it's not really DJ software. It's more track preparation software. So you can prepare and analyze your tracks and playlists ready for use in DJ systems. So there we have it, a roundup of all the popular DJ softwares on the market. Hopefully you didn't find that too overwhelming. Please leave me any questions you have in the comments down below. Shout out to my members as always, and I'll catch you in the next video.